because I want to be as supportive of indie creators as they are of me, right? When I do indie create, when I get you know, I want to show, because listen, here's a problem with me, right? When you're overseas, you're paying almost 2 times or 3 times the freight of the cost of the book. Say this book cost me $20, right? If it's not a retailer, if it's not in a comic shop, if it's on Indiegogo or crowdfunding or Kickstarter, it's going to cost me almost twice the price of the book to get a physical copy, because that's the way it's worked. It just keeps going up and up, right? I mean, I was going to send my artist and my colorist two issues, right? Comic book and a couple stickers and a couple other things, $37 per person for freight. That's $70 to get sent 2 packages, 10 centimeters wide, right? Out. So for me, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get out there and I'm just gonna start. My way of supporting other indie creators is by buying digital. I get to read their book. I get to talk about their book, right? On here, I get to promote them. I get to, interview them. But someday, I would love to get the physical copy. But at the moment, I gotta watch what I'm spending, because I'm also creating myself. So I am going to back this book. But before I go ahead, I'm gonna put up this thing from Nugget, and he always says I'm saying it wrong. One day he's gonna tell me how to say it. But because I can't stand missing half the movie because I'm reading all the dialogue, and in doing so, hearing my monotonous voice during the reading dubs for me every time. I understand that. I seriously do. Talking about dubbing just earlier. Yeah, I seriously do. And I because it's really hard, and that's why I say that's why I wish that these guys who are doing the dubbing do it properly, right? Do it properly. Then I don't have to worry about missing out on the screen. That I don't have to, I have to give up like about 30%. I could spend, 20 minutes, right? If I'm watching a anime, right, or whatever, I give up 20 minutes where I could be writing, where I could be lettering, designing, whatever else. But now I can't look at my other screen because I have dual screens. So I have the screen here for watching whatever, and then I have a screen here that I'm working on, and then of course I've got this one for podcasting. So, but if these guys would do a good job at so-called localizing, I don't want localizing. I really don't. I want the dubbing as exact as possible into English, because then I can enjoy it without going, I'm taken out. Like the moment you tell me it's, something goes out, I'm like, okay, I need to watch subtitles now because I can't trust this anymore. Recently I watched 2 horror movies by the same director. I had to watch subtitles, and it's way better than watching dubbing, because even though it's horror and you got to pay attention, it was way better because I could get in their language, what they're meaning and everything, and the translation is good. Now, let's have a look at the indie scene, right? So this here, I'm going to pop myself down so you get a bigger screen. This is, of course, let me see if I can bring this up higher. No, it's not going to give me that. All right, so this is called Water Wars 2288, right? A post-apocalyptic tone poem. I have no idea what that is, but so here's the thing. This is why I think it's really cool to be able to offer PDFs, digital versions overseas, right? If you're in the same country, it's cheap. It's only going to cost you a couple bucks, whatever, less than $10 to get it to you. But if you're like us on the other side of the world, it's expensive, right? So I saw this pop up the other day, 2 days ago, I think, on my feed, because I'm friends with Timothy, right? Timothy Beefling, right? So I'm friends with him, and I said to him, hey, look, it came up on my feed on Facebook. I said, listen, man, I'm looking at this. I like it. Whoops. I like it. And tell me, is it, what am I buying here, right? Am I getting for this one here, right? This one here for $5. Am I getting just the one shot, right? I mean, the first issue, or am I getting the whole trade? or do I need to go this one, which is like $24 for New Zealand, right? So it's $8 here. This is a difference, right? So it's $8 for New Zealand, right? Which is pretty good price for a complete PDF. It's a good price for single issue as well, right? Or you can pay $24 here, and you get the the extras and stuff. And he said, look, he replied back to me and said, listen, this is the best deal you can get on it. So for $8, which is US $5, you get the complete 4 issues, the first 4 volumes, right, of this book. So the artwork blew me away, right? I love this artwork. Everything's amazing. So I'm gonna put this in the chat here, so you guys can check it out later. And so let's have a look at the little video they've got up here. It works for if you're doing this, but I mean, a lot of people don't pay attention to it.
Good evening, everybody. This is Timothy Fling from Earth Dog Studios. I'm here today to officially welcome you to our 7th Kickstarter. We are launching our latest graphic novel, Water Wars 2288, the Ultimate Edition. This will be our most ambitious project yet.
It's
a full-color 148-page trade paperback, collecting volumes 1 to 4 and 2 new additional short stories. We are excited to be back, and we've got a really fun campaign. We've got radioactive tactical maps. We've got chrome-enhanced trading cards. We've even got some epic downloadable theme songs. All of these are going to be produced with the high level of quality that Earth Dog Studios is known for.
Look at that.
It's also important that I say thank you to our amazing backers. We couldn't have gone very far without your patronage, and it's been humbling, really, to see the growth of the brand. And I would like to welcome you back, the organic civilians, the comic collectors, and the new potential followers. I hope to see you behind the backer wall.
So far they've got like 6,500 New Zealand, right? I don't know like what they were after. It usually doesn't, tells you what their goal was. Oh, what's it like? Goal was, here we go. The goal was basically $4,000. So, they made 2.5 extra, which is really cool. But why something like this? I mean, like, look at the amazing work on here. You can't go wrong quality-wise. I mean, these guys really put everything into this book, all right? The creators there. And, it's just amazing what you can see. This one, like the other day, I mean, look at the friggin' artwork, man. I love this. Myself, like, as you know, we create our own comics. I love our artists because, like, I mean, the art they turn and I always get blown away. And because that's why I always appreciate artists, because I'm an artist, right? I don't do drawings or illustrations anymore, but that's what I started out doing. Now I've turned into like, design and stuff like that, lettering. And, sometimes I do color, I color the artwork as well. But I mean, it's, I always admire the illustrations, and that's why I always hold comics in such high regard, right? That's why I have so many friggin' volumes of hardcovers and trade paperbacks, floppies, like bins of them, right? Because this is my first, almost like music, and like, but let's like kind of like my first love, right? So I really appreciate what has been created out here right now. And the other day, Ben Dunn said, indie comics is what punk was to music, right? It's like we're the outlaws out here. We're the guys out here going, in your face, right? This is the work we're doing. We're doing new things. We're doing amazing stories. We're telling stuff that's not being told out there, you know. And I'm forcing myself to be a better writer every time I write a book, right? Every time I create a character, I'm forcing myself to make it better, you know. And if it's not good, I will throw that away and do another one, you know. So, you know, I think, you know, indies where it's at. Like, if you want a good quality, good story, indies where you're at, you know, where you want to go to get what you want, right? So if you look at the stuff they're offering here, it's worth checking it out. Like, seriously, this is an amazing, amazing work. And, you know, you can't go wrong with this. And I'm just so, you know, this was, it's like, I had to ask the question, like, this is going to be my first Kickstarter back going into the new year, right? Because, you know, it's, for me, like I said, I can't afford 2 times the freight cost, and I'm not sure a lot of people outside America is the same thing, right? We can't afford that, but we can afford to buy the PDF, right? Because we can put our, you know, if you're a comic fan, you know, like me, over 35 years of being a fan, a reader, and collector, you know, you want to back the indies, right? Because you see them doing great work, like we're seeing here. But it's hard too, because the price of paying freight is keeping you out of backing them. Well, do what I do. Buy, you know, buy the PDF, right? And if you like it, talk about it, share it, because it's not going to cost you anything to go share it. 2-3 seconds, right? And promote that, and it's out there. And you know, but I think that's one amazing way to support the indies, is by just sharing, you know, whatever, you know, that's been created, links and stuff. If you see it come across on your Facebook, you know, there's some amazing, amazing talent out here that we don't see.